Hey friends, Michelle here from Scrappy Soul Sister, and today I am participating in the Iron Crafter Challenge YouTube hop. So first of all, check out all of the creators that are listed in the description, and thank you to the Paper Snob for putting this together, and yeah, I'm excited to participate. So the challenge is a recipe challenge, and so the recipe is to use wood veneer, which I have not dug into my stash yet for, um, ink, and so I think I'm going to use alcohol ink for this. I have barely played with my alcohol inks, and I thought it would be fun to experiment on this layout. Stencils and deck scissors. And so the only deck scissors, decorative scissors I have are pinking shears and then some fringe. We'll see if those work out. They do allow you to use like border punches or dies in a pinch. So we'll see. I'll try to stick with scissors. And yeah, so I did already, I have a bunch of um, white cardstock that I have already gessoed with clear gesso, and I tend to do it just in bulk. So I have some at the ready. And so if you're going to use alcohol ink on paper, then you do need to gesso it first. And so just know that. And yeah, let's see what we can come up with. expect a lot of scrapbook layouts featuring Delilah. She is my new favorite topic. And so I'm getting her photo up on that frame and some double sided foam, and her picture is going to go smack dab there in the center. I'm going to use some floral clusters to the left and to the right, and that is one of the reasons I decided to add a little bit of pink. Because of these floral clusters, and the breeder's hand is holding her up, and so there's some pink elements there. And so I'm looking to see what other kind of pink elements I might have. Going to use that ticket piece at least to the top. I don't know if I'm going to use it to the bottom. Uh, and so for my wood veneer, I'm using this Hello Sunshine. And I am also going to use some hearts. I am taking a look at this frame as far as whether I want to bring in more of that turquoise that I used in the background. Uh, and I believe I use one up to the top, and then I do something different to the bottom. And then I'm going to use that blue tag over at the left to help tie in just a little bit more. So now, if you've watched my videos before, you know I like to glue down the bottom of my elements and put a little foam tape at the top just so they have a little bit of dimension. And I'm trying to decide, do I want to use this extra little ticket since I had torn off the top that I'm going to use at the above Delilah's picture? And I'm really unsure. And so I'm also having issues. I just kind of tacked everything down just to see what it would look like. And so now I'm really going to try to get things to stick. So sometimes, of course, when you have a gesso background and mixed media, then it doesn't stick very well, and you might have to take a second shot at it. And so that is what I'm doing here. Just going to use my T square ruler to make sure it sticks down and give it a little bit of pressure. I guess I could have cut some of that out, but you get to see it. And so now I'm going to take a look and try to figure out how I want to do my title. And so taking a look, do I want to build a cluster up at top and put it there on the frame? And I like that. My only issue is that uh, maybe if my title was darker and really stood out, I would have stuck with this, but it feels like it blends in a little bit. And so I'm going to play around with that cluster, going to add half of this doily down below, but that title is going to move. All right, I need a little sip of something, or else my voice is going to give out. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere this half of this doily under Delilah's picture and just add a few things down here. I'm not going to make a huge cluster or anything, but I am going to add this label and a word sentiment and a little bird, I believe. Yeah, there is that. And so my main elements that I'm going to use are the hearts, the florals, and then a few little birdies. I don't use a lot of birds, and so it seems like a dog picture is perfect to use some of the ones that came in this collection. And then I'm going to take a look up above, trying to, the still kind of uh, going around in my brain. Do I like the title here? Do I not? Um, and so I'll go ahead and work at adhering some of the elements up there. And this is a really typical type of cluster for me where I find a few bases that I want to use. And now, again, I am willing to commit. And so I'm going to do the leaves, um, and then the frame, and then the pink piece, And then I'm going to find some elements that have some different shapes to kind of soften up some of those edges. Uh, so I'm sticking down my florals. Not sure if I don't remember if I don't think the bird's nest makes it. And so now I decide I'm going to move my title down underneath, so it kind of pops a little bit more. And I am going to color it just a little bit at the bottom of the word, so it kind of has an ombre effect. And I'm just using one of my gelatos in kind of that pinky peach color to do that. I'm going to use that same gelato to add just a little bit of color for my hearts. And so I'm not going to go full color because I do want it to still feel like wood and have a little bit of natural wood color, but I am going to do it just on some of the edges. And so I have a couple different sizes of hearts that I'm going to use there, and that is going to be pretty much it for that right portion. And I'm going to take a look at how I want to do some hearts in the other area. And I believe oh yeah, so I took a look at this black and white bird and it's very cute, but my other birds are have color in them, so I'm going to switch that out um, and have a pink bird down below, and I am going to add that blue bird above it. Um, I have that word phrase, the very best, under her picture, so I'm going to stay with the that style of word phrase and add this good life up above. And I didn't want to do it right above her picture. I wanted it to be um, not on the same plane, and so I put it above the title a little bit. I have I keep trying for that nest and it is about to go away. And so I'm going to add a little circular white tag above, there it is, by the birdies for my hearts to sit on. And I will also add a green stamp to bring in just a little bit more green and to give one more piece of interest there at the top. So I believe I'm getting close to the end. Once I add that stamp, I think that's the last thing I do. So again, thank you to Tara at the Paper Snob for hosting this hop, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it. So hopefully I'll be able to join others in the future. If you like my video, I would appreciate any thumbs up, or if you want to leave any comments or subscribe, all of that I truly appreciate. So thank you, everyone. Check out the other creators in the hop, and I will see you on my next video. Bye, everyone.